Hi everyone, this is week 9. If you've watched the songwriting tutorial, you'll see that one thing I covered today was the tuning the guitar to an E chord, so that you could basically just play in major chords up and down using a bar. I just thought I'd do this week's sort of extra video, just showing you that a little bit more closely if you're somebody who does sort of dabble in guitar, play a bit of guitar. So what we've got here, just get my tuning head on. This is just my little tuner. There's all different kinds of these that you can buy at different price ranges, usually starting from a few quid, but in my experience they don't tend to last very long, up to about 15 quid and probably beyond. But it's a really useful thing to have if you play guitar. So for anyone who does know guitar, some basics of guitar, you've got 6 strings: E, A, D, G, B, E. And what I'm going to do, as I did in the tutorial, I'm going to tune this guitar to an E chord. So an E chord is those 2 fingers there, 1 there. So what would happen is I'm going to tune this A string up to a B note, which is a tone. So that's 2 semitones. So that's A sharp, B. Okay. The next string, that's your D string, that one's getting tuned up a tone to an E, and then the G string just goes up a semitone to a G sharp. Okay, so just to show you how that works, so got my tuner ready. It's set to chromatic, so it'll pick up any notes rather than just the guitar notes. So I'm going to tune up the A to a B. So it's a bit nerve-wracking tuning to E because you're tightening the strings. So I advise, if you do this, do it nice and steadily. Okay. If I tune it just that string alone, by the way, you will also know that I also played in E minor 7. So I've just tuned the guitar to an E minor 7 chord. But I'm going to go all the way and tune it up to an E major chord. So now we're on the D string, the next one. So this one here. That one is also going up a tone. So here we go. It's now an E. And then the next one, G string, is just going up to a G sharp. Okay, so that's more or less right. So now, rather than playing that E chord by pressing down that selection of notes, it's just automatically in an E chord. So what we've got here on the frets, every time we go up a half step or a semitone, so that's an E. If we go to the first fret, if it was on a keyboard, E to F, there are no black notes in between E and F, so you go from E, this low E string is going to be your root note for every chord. It'll determine what the chord is. So we've got E. If we put our finger flat on all 6 strings and flatten them down to make like a bar, it becomes an F. Now the next step up is an F sharp, next step up is a G, then we go to G sharp, A, because after G sharp it just goes back to A, then we go to A sharp, then B, and then we go straight to C, because this is the point, like on a piano, where B and C don't have a black note in between. So B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. So that's the octave. Okay, so that's how it works, and it's just something that you can play around with. It worked for Otis Redding, so give it a go. Bye! Oh, just before I do go, actually, as I say, I'm not the guitar tutor. We have Jack Quinn. So if you are someone who's more, you're looking specifically for guitar lessons, this is just me doing something relative to the songwriting lesson, but check out Jack Quinn's videos in his playlist because he's our guitar tutor and he's very good. Okay, bye!